The lazy donkey. Once upon a time, in a small village, a hard-working merchant owned a donkey named Bruno. But Bruno was no ordinary donkey, he was incredibly lazy. Every morning, the merchant loaded Bruno with heavy sacks of salt and set off toward the market. But Bruno hated working and always looked for a way to escape his duties. One day, while crossing a shallow river, Bruno suddenly stumbled and fell into the water. As he struggled to stand up, some of the salt in his sacks dissolved, making his load much lighter. Bruno realized that by falling into the river, he wouldn't have to carry as much weight. From that day on, he pretended to trip every time they crossed the river. The merchant quickly realized Bruno's trick. He decided to teach him a lesson. The next morning, instead of loading salt, he filled the sacks with sponges. As usual, Bruno pretended to trip in the river, expecting a lighter load. But to his surprise, the sponges soaked up the water, becoming heavier than before. Bruno groaned and struggled under the new, heavier load. He never tried his river trick again. From that day on, he worked hard and carried his loads properly, knowing that laziness wouldn't help him. The merchant smiled, proud that his clever lesson had worked. Moral of the story: laziness never pays off, but hard work and honesty always do.